right, it's so much fun watching the performances from back in the day. You saw Tavares at the height of their popularity, and I think you're holding up really well, Ralph. You don't look that much different, and you don't have the same hairstyle.
Yeah, that's the thing I regret. Yeah, the hair, losing the hair. But
now you guys actually didn't do a lot of writing, but in More Than a Woman, you did participate in that one,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, with the Bee Gees, we co-wrote that song with them.
Well, I know you brought in so much memorabilia. Of course, this one here is one that people, I'm sure, would remember. The Saturday Night Fever soundtrack, and of course, this is something that you received right here. What is this exactly?
That's the platinum. The gold record, I don't think I bought the gold one. I bought the platinum because more than the gold, but that's when they gave us the platinum for that. And it's still selling, you know?
Right.
So
you guys get residuals, right?
Oh, we won't talk about that. Once in a while.
Once in a while?
Yeah.
I mean, look at some of these things. Take a look at this right here. Here's Tavares.
That was our first album.
This is the first album. So this would have been, what year would that have been?
1973. Mm-hmm. Yeah, check it out.
So this is early 70s.
Yeah. You
guys are looking really good. You've got the 1970s style in full bloom there.
North Beach leather. That was a gift from Lola Falana.
Is that right?
Yeah, that was a gift from her that she took us down there and outfit us up.
So we got one here, July the 23rd of 1977. Of course, you guys in the height of your popularity. This is Record World.
Yeah.
So you guys are all over the place, huh? On covers?
Well, it was a big deal to make covers of magazines back then, you know. Record World, there was Cashbox.
How about this one right here, Blues and Soul?
That was over in Europe. Yeah, that's when we went over to Europe, and we were performing in the UK, and they did a cover of us on the magazine. We were also in Black Stars magazine and a few other, we made covers. A lot of them I can't find. I know I've got them, but...
This is a good one. You know, not only do you have the big hair, but you got they used to call them lamb chops. Remember like the long siren?
Sure,
they used to call them lamb chops.
You had to be in style back then,
I remember that.
You know?
And how about this right here? This is one of my favorites because Ralph has talked so much about the relationship between Tavares and the Bee Gees. Here are you guys at Madison Square Garden with the Bee Gees.
And that's our manager, Brian Pinella, who I was talking about earlier. Yeah, that's when they came in, flew in, and brought our first gold record to us, yeah.
So you guys performed at
we toured together for about 3 months with the Bee Gees, yeah. So and that was at Madison Square Garden.
What was it like? I mean, you're out there at Madison Square Garden, one of the most well-known arenas in the world, and there you guys are from New Bedford out there in the center stage of Madison Square Garden. I mean, did you ever say to yourself, how did this happen? This is unbelievable.
Oh, quite a few times.
You had to pinch yourself a couple times?
Quite a few times. We always, I know I did. I think my brothers did too. Just couldn't believe that this was happening to us, you know. Well, like I said, we're very fortunate.
A combination of talent and hard work and, you know, a break here and there. I remember when I was a kid, Mike Douglas had a TV show in the afternoon, okay? And it was from Philadelphia, I think. And you were actually on a show with Petula Clark and, of course, Andy Griffith.
Andy Griffith, yeah.
All right?
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
That was a great day, yeah. We used to stay at the Benjamin Franklin Hotel, and they would put us up there. And we did Mike's show quite often. Mike had a standing invitation to us. Anytime we were in town, he wanted us on the show. That was really a compliment. Same thing with Dinah Shore.
Well, I know that Mike Douglas had a good reputation. He was a good guy. I used to watch the show in the afternoon all the time.
Yeah.
Now, this is another performance from one of the television shows.
That was from either Bandstand or Dinah. I can't remember which background that is.
So you guys did Bandstand, too? You got to meet Dick Clark and everything, right?
Yeah.
The oldest teenager in the country or whatever it was?
Yeah, Dick Clark, great guy, I tell you.
When you talked about Don Cornelius of Soul Train, they used to have that thing at the end. They say, peace, love, and soul.
Yeah,
and then everybody began.
The trains would come through. Yeah.
And they started that whole thing with the Soul Train dance.
With the Soul Train dances, coming down, doing the line dance.
Now here's Sunset Boulevard, right?
Yeah,
right in the heart of Hollywood.
Background. Yeah, they had a sign up, and we drive down and see that every morning. Used to be right over near the Hyatt Regency, coming down. That's our manager Brian Pinella back there. And we just took that picture. Yeah. Yeah,
that's fantastic. And let's see, we got one here too with. Are these gold records?
Those are gold records. That's when we got a gold record for. It only takes. Heaven Must Be Missing an Angel.
Right.
Yeah, and that's Matt Parsons, who he was one of the Capitol representatives then. Big shot. He had a big job then. I don't know. I haven't heard from Matt in years.
This is fantastic. I mean, you have a lot of this memorabilia around the house, and it just must be so much fun to be able to bring it out like you're doing today and just look back and say, well, look at all the things that we were so fortunate to accomplish.
You know, it brought back a lot of memories going back looking for this stuff and to do your show. So I thank you for that.
Now, let's take a look at this one here. This is a jacket that you had, right?
Yeah, we used to all have, they used to call them road jackets. Everybody had them. the Earth, Wind, and Fire. Everybody had a road jacket, the Rolls Royce. Who else? The Temptations.
So when did you wear this? On the way into the arena, or?
Yeah, well, you would wear it to, when you go into to do your show. That was, we presented those to a lot of record executives. They made those especially to give out at Christmas time. Our manager, Brian, did.
Right.
Yeah. So everybody got one of those.
Now, tell me a little bit about the pressure of it all, because I think that obviously you guys had a lot of success, but there was a lot of demands. You had to go here, you had to go there, you had to perform. Anything on that end? I mean, what would be something that you could tell the audience that they'd be surprised? What is it like to be in that kind of a grind?
It is. You've got to keep up. You've got to maintain what you're doing. You've always got to be in rehearsals, ready. Like you go in and do a new album. Back then they were called albums. And you had to be ready to perform whatever singles they picked out of that album to take on the road. Mm-hmm. So we had choreographers come in. We used to work with the great Charlie Atkins, who would come in. He was one of the premier choreographers of that time. He worked with the Jacksons, the Temps, the Spinners, Smokey Robinson and the Miracles. You name it, he worked with them. The Diana Ross and the Supremes. And anyway, you had to go he came here to New Bedford. And we rehearsed over here at the Skipper.
But anyway, so did they have to sneak you in? Because you guys were big stars by then, right?
Well, not in your hometown.
Is that right? In your hometown, it's like, hey, there's Ralph.
Yeah.
It's no big deal.
Not in your hometown, no big deal, yeah.
Now, I know you guys in recent years, I mean, I remember a few years back, you guys played the Zeterian, which was a blast. I know a couple of you guys, I don't know if it was you, but a few of you guys played up at the Feast. So you've had
I was in the I played at
that was
show,
a lot of fun, because a lot of folks like myself being able to go out there. But at some point in time, you decided, hey, enough is enough.
Yeah.
A lot of running around, a lot of traveling, and then you settled into the court officer position.
Yeah,
How did that happen?
I had to raise a family, and it wasn't. You're only as big as your last hit record. Mm-hmm. And during those lulls, the bills have to be paid, things have to be met, children have to be raised. And I was raising a daughter and a son, and I decided that it was time for me to get out and to take on another career. And I was fortunate in that career.
Most people that watch the program know I'm an attorney, so I see Ralph in court, and we get to be friends over the years. And it always amazes me, because you're right. It's sort of like when you're in your hometown, we get to know you just like Ralph. Hey, that's Ralph, Yeah. But then when you guys travel around and you get on stage, and it's like, oh, you're Tavares now, right? So it's like a different persona.
I went back not too long ago to do the reunion for Saturday Night Fever. And it was amazing how I brought back all those memories, being catered to again in limousines. I mean, there wasn't a place that we would arrive that a limousine was at the airport to pick us up.
Right, so that wasn't bad,
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, oh, no, that was great, yeah.
You don't get a limousine riding down to the courthouse anymore,
no, that's just the opposite. No, so that was kind of nice going back into that environment again and feeling that type of, you kind of forgot how special that was,
Right, you almost get a little pampered, and of course you have the screaming girls in the audience and all that stuff, the groupies and people screaming.
Oh, they're not screaming so much anymore.
Yeah, but you can say they did at one time.
At one time,
which is more than what people can say. And every once in a while, the music kind of rests for a while, and then all of a sudden it's like you hear the kids saying, "Wow, that was the '70s, the '80s. That's pretty good."
It was a special time.
Yeah,
it was good music then.
Yeah.
There was a lot of good music that came out of that time period. Everybody wants to say it was a disco era and everything like that. Part of it was, but part of it was a lot of good hard work and good music. I mean, nobody can ever top what Marvin Gaye did, you know, in that era and that was the time we were living.
Well, I know you guys had so much success, and it was really a lot of fun taking a trip down memory lane. Yeah. We appreciate you stopping by New Bedford Connections. It's a quick half hour, but we had a chance to go through some of this memorabilia. Ralph, thanks a lot for stopping by.
Paul, thank you for inviting me. Watch out for the Grammy.
Yeah, we had this vision of
I had a great time. I had more fun than you realize.
All right, well, thank you. So did I. I had this vision of saying, thank you very much, and you hit clink, and down goes the Grammy, like, you idiot, Santos, what did you do?
I'll see you
That
in
will
court.
not happen. Yeah, we'll be in court as a plaintiff rather than as a court officer. Ralph Tavares from the singing group Tavares. There's only one way to exit this program. Let's cue up some tape from back in the day and see Tavares one more time back in the 70s and 80s when they were at the height of their popularity. Thanks again to Ralph.
Thank you very much.
We'll see you next time, right here on Channel 95 for New Bedford Connections.
Bye-bye.
like a